Hey everybody, welcome back to the measurement notes, and this video is on length. Again, you're just filling the blanks here. Typically, wherever there's a blank, we're going to highlight the word in red and we're going to have it underlined. Again, these words aren't meant to be, the most important words. They're just meant to for you to fill some of it in. So you're practicing taking notes, practicing paying attention, but it also frees you up to do a lot more listening than taking notes. So make sure you're doing this the proper way, that you're listening to the notes, that you're thinking about the notes. Don't be like some of the students I've had in the past that'll fast forward the notes, or they won't play my voice at all. They'll just sit there and they'll scroll through the video, just filling in the blanks, but then they wonder why they struggle on the test and they don't know any of the background information because they didn't really listen to the notes, because it is a video and they didn't really watch the full set of notes. They just, scrolled through and then found all the words and filled them in. So again, be honest with me. Be honest with yourself. Make sure you're listening to the background information as we go through these. So length. The SI base unit of measurement for length is the meter. And 1 meter, if you spell it out as 1 meter, equals 1 m. So abbreviate whenever possible. That way it's shorter, it's easier to write. Now the doorknob is typically about 1 meter high. So if you're trying to estimate a meter, that's about how high it is. So depending on how tall you are, for me, it's about up to my hip. So if you want to estimate other ones, a centimeter is about the width of your finger, and a millimeter is about the thickness of your fingernail. And we're going to use a ruler in here. Sometimes there are going to be smaller rulers, but a lot of times they're going to be something we call a meter stick. Now, if you took a meter stick home and you ask your grandpa to look at it, they might think that it was a yardstick. Or even your parents might look and say, oh, you got a yardstick. Well, not necessarily. So when you look at our meter sticks here, they are truly 100 centimeters long, which makes them a meter stick. If you flip it over, you're going to have the English system on it. You're going to have inches on it. Does that make it a yardstick? No. A true yardstick only has 36 inches, and you can see that right here. There's 35 and 36 would be right here at the end. If you flip the meter stick over, it's going to have more than 36 inches. So that's how you can tell what's what. So in class, we expect you to be able to use a ruler. That's the most important thing you're going to have to be able to do in here, is be able to measure, at least when it comes to most important things dealing with length, is you have to be able to measure. So you should be able to find the surface area of objects. So surface area is the space that a surface covers. If you want to buy carpet, if you want to buy floor tile, if you want to buy paint, you're going to have to find the surface area. And obviously with paint, you're going to have to find the surface areas of all the different walls and the ceiling. Whereas carpeting, you just have to find the area of the floor. So we do expect you to be able to find surface area. So to find the area of a rectangle is simply multiply the length times the width. However, sometimes if it's a three-dimensional object, it would have to be the length times the width times the height. And that finds you volume, but you might have to find the surface area of each thing. Just for example, paint, you have to find the surface area of each wall and not just overall. So again, make sure you are able to do those things. So what's the essential knowledge or skills you have to know for length? One, you have to be able to measure with a ruler. You need to know which unit is best to measure an object in. So if you're measuring a pencil, you're probably going to want to measure it in centimeters, not kilometers, not millimeters. If you're measuring the distance from here to Portage, if you were going to do it in the metric system, you'd want to do it in kilometers. If you want to measure the distance of the football field in meters, you would probably do it in the metric system, you would do it in meters and not millimeters or kilometers. And know the basic units in the metric system. And for length, it's going to be the meter. Typically we'll either use millimeters, centimeters, or meters. And know what tools are used to measure length. And again, that's going to be your meter stick. So again, make sure you have your notes filled in. Make sure you're listening and understanding what I'm talking about. And make sure you ask questions if you have any. Thanks. Bye.